Good morning. Sorry, I got the microphone in the wrong spot. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hairy Muppet, and this is going to be game number 2 of the grand finals of the ASUS ROG Summer 2013 tournament. And down in the bottom right side of the map, we do have our blue Protoss player. He is going to be San. And down the top left side of the map, we do have our red Terran player, TaeJa. And these guys having a really good game in game number 1. It didn't go for too long. Well, it went for like 20 minutes, so that's a pretty decent amount of length, but it wasn't like seriously late game or anything like that. And it basically was TaeJa just putting the pressure on all game. San tried to put the pressure on. He did some nice stuff with DTs every now and then, but he didn't really get the momentum over to his side at any point. TaeJa just kept on with the dropship harass, with the medevac harass, constantly dropping all over the place, constantly saving his units by picking them up with the medevacs. And yeah, in the end, it was a two-pronged attack into the natural expansion and the third base at the same time. And it was on the map. It was on a map where the second and third base were actually a decent distance away from each other. And on this map, you could have the forces here. You could sort of hit over there, and then your forces would move over there to defend, and then you send your other forces in here. But it's a lot harder to pull off on this map. On the other map, it was like the first was here, the second is here, and then the third was up here or something like that. It was really far away, and yeah, so San could not defend both of those at the same time, and the fact that TaeJa just had a better economy and just more units just sort of just completely overwhelmed him in the end. He could not defend that much Triple M, and yeah, that was the game. So moving on to game number 2, and San is definitely going to be thinking about trying something else. I don't know if he has a really nice late game PVT sort of strategy, but even if he does, I think TaeJa is used to dealing with those from his time with Alicia in the semi-finals, and I'm sure he's going to be thinking about taking this away in the early sort of game sort of thing, because yeah, and we know that TaeJa can be good in the late game, but we also know that he is very good in the early to mid game. So it seems to be his preference to get games out of the way nice and fast, to put some relatively early pressure. He likes the mid game. He seems to like the mid game a little bit more than he likes the end game. And yeah, San knows how to play at the late game, but he knows how to play at the mid game as well. So I think he's happy with either option, but I don't know where his preference is quite yet. So we will just have to see what happens in this game. We do have a very early expansion coming down for both players, pretty much at the same time actually, and TaeJa's actually double expanding. Not really double expanding, but he is getting this command center down nice and early. And we'll be seeing if that's going to be, if he's actually going to plop that down in the expansion, or if he just wants to pump out some extra workers nice and early. But fast Zealot Mothership Core tactics coming out here. I think I saw this. It may have been from a Daily Masters. I can't exactly remember. I think it was a Daily Masters game they did this as Zealot, Probe, and Mothership Core. I think it was Stardust actually. But look at these Marines, man. They are expecting the Mothership Core, and the Mothership Core is just going to be getting the hell out of there, because it does not want to get anywhere near 3 Marines. And yeah, mouse feeling a little bit funny. Just give me a sec. It's a little bit better. I feel like I need to eat something. I just got up. It's Sunday morning. I just started casting straight away. I haven't eaten anything yet, so might have to do that. Might have to do that before getting into the next couple of games, because I believe game 3 is actually a long one. It's like a freaking long one. So yeah, gonna have to eat something before I get into that. Otherwise, I'll probably just keel over from starvation. And yeah, these guys coming over, not really doing much. Not really doing that much. And yeah, probe coming in. Maybe the probe will succeed. No, he's actually going for a pylon. Extremely aggressive pylon there. And what the hell is Sand thinking about doing here? Have a look at his structures. He's got 2 gateways. So he's not thinking about any 4-gate or 5-gate. I have no idea what he was thinking with that. Maybe thinking about a fast sort of push, but with this many Marines, it's not going to work. Maybe he doesn't know there's that many Marines, but 2 Widow Mines as well. I'll say one thing though, he's definitely got TaeJa scared, man. He's definitely got TaeJa scared. He was about to build 2 extra bunkers. Decided to only build 1, but yeah, look at this. Oh, the Stalkers is just in the wrong position, but if that dropship kept going, he might have been able to take that out. And there we go, Observer flying back. He's just coming back from a nice holiday over in the... actually, no, that's the Protoss base. He's going off to his holiday in the Terran players base, so... yeah, his Observer coming over, and I wonder if TaeJa will do a better job of wiping them out than he did last game. Last game, he just really didn't seem to give a crap. If there were Observers in his base, he just let them be, just let them do whatever the hell they wanted. And here we go, is a nice bit of a drop here. Widow Mine and a few Marines, so we'll see how well that does, but the probe has got to have seen that coming. So yeah, the possibility of a Widow Mine being in his base is going to be very real, but he does have... oh, he does have a Templar Archives, and he does have a cannon in the back of his main base, so there's no possibility of a Widow Mine jumping down in there and killing workers. It's just not going to happen. And look at this, both players getting their 3rd bases. This is actually out a lot earlier for obvious reasons. He built it so much longer, and surprisingly, TaeJa's not actually in the worker lead. I thought with that 3rd base down, that sooner, that he would have been in the worker lead, but not quite. And look at this very smart decision here from TaeJa, leaving the Widow Mine over there. So when workers start moving over to start mining off the 3rd, they are going to be taking all sorts of damage. Whoa. That was a feedback. I'm pretty sure that was a feedback that took that guy out. Yeah, there must have been a feedback. Although the guy's all the way over there, so... oh, that's interesting. I could have sworn that was a feedback. Must have been. Here we go, the Widow Mine. I feel like it just took out 1 probe though. Oh, 2 probes? No, it's not bad. Observer's coming out, so yeah, it's going to have to get wiped out. And yeah, let's see, Warp Prism coming in here. I'm pretty sure that Medevac got taken out by a High Templar, then he morphed him into Archon straight away, which is why they went on the unit tab. Actually cancelled those guys. Those guys did not like being cancelled, man. They were very upset at being cancelled. So not good for them, but both players. And this looks like it is going into the late game by the looks of it, just all over the place. Although maybe TaeJa can finish it off nice and early like he did last game. He's giving Sand a lot more space though. He's not pushing in as fast as he was previously, although that may change very soon with this very scary amount of forces. I don't know if he's splitting them up on purpose. It looks like he's not, because the medevacs were going straight over the middle. So yeah, another pylon, some Warp Prism actually, and this Zealot will take out that Marine, so not a good day for that Marine. And this Zealot is, they're just on the radio, it's like, hey guys, guess what, this bloody Zealot just took out a Marine. They're like, what? We need to kill a Zealot right the hell now. And so they found the nearest Zealot and they just wiped it out. High Templar though, are they going to be ready for this? He needs to see some storms. He's morphing him into an Archon to save him, not quite getting the storms down. Lifting up these guys to try and save him. Very Immortal heavy, but Immortals really aren't going to be helping him here too much. Killing a few workers there, sorry, a few Marines with the nice force fields. So it's kind of a stalemate here, and I feel like Sand has a much better chance of defending both of these bases a lot easier than he did last game. Zealot coming out to scout, and the Archon's double Archon is going to be very good, and the Terran player is going to have to run here. He can't engage 2 Archons straight up with this small amount of forces. He needs a lot more than that to start wiping out Archons, and he does have more. He does have a bunch of ghosts. He's starting to get out some Vikings as well. He's just buying himself time, I think, just making sure that the Protoss player is thinking about his own defenses rather than breaching the Terran players' defenses, and it's sort of working, but not really, because you still got this warp prism coming in. And does he actually have a dark shrine? No, it doesn't look like it, so I don't know. I'd like to see some High Templar drops, some storm drops on the workers. Those are extremely awesome, absolutely extremely awesome, but not quite doing it. And we didn't see any of those last game either, but maybe we will start to see them. Here goes the warp prism, just going to go out here. It's going to land in a whole bunch of zealots, and just got to get away, and they've got to kill a few workers here. But eventually, without an extreme amount of micro, they will end up going for the military units, and they do get wiped out. So trying to do a bit there. Took out about 3 or 4 workers. Not really a ton. But look at this. Sand going for a 4th base, being very, very aggressive with his expansion. He's trying to get some cannons down, and look at this, man. I do not know what TaeJa was thinking with that very, very small force, but he's just obviously thinking about getting the watchtower. He couldn't have been thinking about much else, but his production, man, his production is really, really nice. It always knocks off the building that I want to look at. There we go, 8 barracks. So 8 barracks going down there. Really, really, really nice. He's got a ton of production capability, although he is almost maxed out here. And Sand also almost maxed out, so it's going to come down to it. And a ton of Vikings, so this one Colossus not going to be able to do much. Nice EMP coming down. The High Templar, gets sniped. There we go. Feedback on 3 of those ghosts, man. Very, very nice. There's still another 3 ghosts though with energy. So very, very healthy ghost numbers. Going to try for a flank here. And I don't know, man. TaeJa looks like he's just got too many forces. The Vikings coming around to hit this Colossus. And there goes the last hope of Sand winning this battle. I feel like that Colossus was the absolute last hope. And it has gone down. And TaeJa just going to roll in here, doing all sorts of damage. Some beautiful storms coming down. A few more of those. And maybe we will see this battle won. But he's definitely going to lose this base. There's nothing he can do to save this base anymore. The Archon just goes down as soon as it comes up. Not good at all. Where are the storms? I do not see any more storms coming out. This Colossus is running for its life. There's another nice storm coming down. Slowly whittling down the forces. Reinforcements coming in for TaeJa. But I think he's going to get pushed back here. I think that Sand has got just enough to hold him off. But no, Sand deciding after he lost that 4th base that he's just going to have to give the GG. He lost quite a few workers there, probably about 15, 16 workers. And with the way that TaeJa was going with his macro, I can totally understand him not feeling like he could win that game anymore. Just lost too many workers, too many army units. And yeah, just had to give the GG right there. Yeah, his army was just completely owned. So there we go. TaeJa taking a very, very strong lead in this best of 5 series. And obviously TaeJa knows how to deal with Protoss players. And Sand not really getting out there in a major way and doing a lot of stuff. I don't think he really encroached across the Terran players' bases at all. A few zealots being sent out here to kill a few workers, but that was pretty much it. And TaeJa able to kill those guys off very, very quickly. So yeah, very, very interesting. And we'll have to move on to game number 3. But I honestly have no idea whether TaeJa's going to just steamroll Sand or whether Sand is going to pull back. As we said, it's going to be a very, very long game. So maybe we'll see some of that late game godliness that we have seen from a few Protoss players against Terran. And who knows, maybe TaeJa will be able to deal with it, and maybe he won't. But we will see in game number 3. This has been Hairy Muppet. I hope you enjoyed this game.